Now, I ended the last video by stating I was going to install the Bimini top, which I did, but I did not film installing the Bimini top. I don't know, it was a little bit busy and it's kind of a pain in the ass to put up, so I just didn't film it. But I did get the transom put back on. Well, this part of the transom, which is already obviously the back of the boat. But yeah, regarding the Bimini top, these are fantastic. You can get them on Amazon for $100 and something if you search around. I don't remember exactly what brand this is or who I bought it from, but it had originally 2 straps. I had since bought separately these sticks here that hold it up, but this allows me to fold up the Bimini like this, and when I don't want to use it, and when I quick releases here, so when I store the boat I actually fold it forward, because otherwise it lands on top of the motor or engine, which I'll be installing today. So today I'm going to install the motor and put the registration numbers and registration sticker on the side of the boat. Massachusetts requires the year decal on the port side of the boat. And then I'll go over some things I'm going to do to the trailer to get the boat ready for launching. Alright, the 2 reasons I opted to go with this Mercury 5 horsepower is this being only a 12-foot boat doesn't need a whole lot of power for what I intend to use it for. So the 5 is lightweight, it's a 2-stroke, so they weigh less by nature of the engine build, less parts, less weight, and it has a built-in gas tank, so while it does have the option to run out to an auxiliary tank, it frees up all this space here. You don't have to have a 3 to 6 gallon tank and a hose, and so all that part of the boat is free for whatever else. Not that I intend to use it for anything, but it's nice not to have the tank out and all that stuff. So as I mentioned before, going to be coming up with some storage solution up front, but also I bought a cover, an outboard motor cover, which I'm going to install, but the cover doesn't cover the tiller handle, and the boat cover itself that I bought came with a bag, and I'll show you a really good use of that bag if you have a tiller outboard. They're just like that. You can keep the tiller out of the weather. I like to point it upwards so that water doesn't gather inside of it, but the regular boat motor cover comes around, but it doesn't have a tiller cover. I suppose I could sneak it inside of here like that. Actually, looking at it now, maybe I could. And just like that, I've decided not to use that bag because the tiller fits perfectly fine inside here. This cover is rated, I believe it was rated up to 25 horsepower sized motors. The last one I had was a Suzuki 99, which was a 2019. So that's the same cowling cover from 9, 15, and 20. It was actually much larger than this, and I know for a fact that the tiller would not fit inside the case. But this being a 5 horsepower and smaller, the tiller handle fits in perfectly. If you have a larger outboard and it doesn't fit, I would recommend using this bag. But being is that I just discovered that I don't have to now, I'm not going to. I'm just using the back of the screwdriver and focusing on the letters and numbers to really get them to adhere to the boat. Also, I'm centering them on this little attachment here, so that way on the other side of the boat I'll get them to line up evenly by doing the same thing. They don't appear to want to stick to the boat at all. I was afraid of that. On to plan B. Alright, here's what I've come up with. I put the stickers on a piece of cardboard, trimmed them out like a stencil. And where the blue tape goes across the two, one letter and one number, I'm going to come back behind with a Q-tip and some spray paint and fill those gaps. So I figure if I don't spray too much, it shouldn't give me too much overspray and look all that awful. So here's hoping. The question is, did that work? Let's find out. So like I said, I'm going to do a little touch up, but all things considered, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's see how good we can get that touched up. Well, there's my quick cleanup. The letters and numbers aren't perfect by any means. I think it looks much better. Alright, there's the final product. Much better. Not perfect, but made the best of it. Up next, I'm going to do some work on the trailer. There should be, I believe, caps on these buddy bearings. Not exactly sure, but I did buy some caps that are that size, so we'll see if they fit. Also down here, you can see that the axle is held on with one U-bolt. I want to put a second U-bolt on there. Crisscross those. Gonna mount a spare tire up here. I gotta get the bracket, so I don't know whether the tire is gonna go over here or over here. And then, last but not least, this trailer is entirely too long for this boat. So I'm not gonna chop it too much, but I may come back to either here or here by cutting this and then moving the tongue over here. So we'll resize the trailer and we'll just steps and steps closer to the maiden voyage. One last thing before I let you go. I have to put a name on the boat. I have decided on a name, so I'll show you what that is very near future.